What's going on, guys? Happy New Year. Well, this is my current situation. I washed 10, coming down the road. Got clipped by a Talon. Clipped my rear wheel, and yeah, we rolled a few times. Thank God everybody's okay. Okay, so it's Thursday, about 3 o'clock right now, and I have a Geico adjuster to come look at the damage on this thing. I'm gonna see if he'll let me record conversation so you guys know what's going on. But if he doesn't, I'll let you guys know what he said. So stay tuned. Yeah, no, everything's great, man. So this is Micah. This is the Geico adjuster. He's just gonna check out the vehicle and take some pictures and go from there. You know, obviously we have damaged arm, damaged frame, damaged cage. Ultimately, we're gonna end up taking this to a shop, and they're gonna do a estimate of what's gonna cost to fix it, but it's rough. Okay, so the insurance adjuster is going to his car to print out what's going on with this thing. He's pretty sure it's totaled out. I still have to take it to a shop to give an estimate of what it's gonna cost to fix it. But he said this is one of the worst ones he's ever seen, which I don't know about that. I mean, it's bad, but maybe because it's mine, I don't think it's that bad. Maybe I got some sort of sentimental attachment. But yeah, so I'm gonna take it to a shop. I mean, there's 2 shops. The place Vase where I bought it is probably where it's gonna end up to get an estimate, but most likely it's gonna outweigh the 80% of what it's worth. So it's gonna cost like 20 grand to fix, and I think it's only worth like 26,000. So this sucks, but we'll get through it. So I'll keep you up to date. We'll see. It's a sad day. Super sad day. So A-arm bent, even bent the bulkhead kit, the gusset kit that I installed, and the A-arm right there. Huge gap here. Cracked frame, cracked cage, cracked frame, cracked frame. Trailing arm got ripped out. Caliper got broke. My beautiful ZRPs. Even the toe link support bolt got bent, which is crazy. I tried to take it out and it wouldn't come. Well, it's a sad day indeed. Tow truck's here for Geico to come take my vehicle over to Vase to get inspected. And the insurance adjuster didn't have a database, so he couldn't price out everything, but he's like 90% sure it's gonna be salvaged. It's gonna be totaled out. So let's see. Well, there she goes, off to Vase Power Sports to get damage assessed. They're gonna do an overall assessment of everything and see how much it's gonna cost. And if it comes out to be 80% of the total value of the vehicle, then they're gonna total it out. That's how it works. So yeah, the number is 80%. If it's 80% of the total value of the vehicle. So right now that thing's priced at $27,000, $26,000 without all the aftermarket stuff. So obviously they're gonna add additional value because the aftermarket parts that I have, granted that I have receipts, and give me a number based off that. So let's get it. Okay, so we just arrived to Vase Power Sports. It's where I bought the vehicle. The tow truck drove it here, and they took it to the service department. And this is where Geico, the adjuster is going to come, and the service department's going to look and price out what it's going to cost to fix it if they can, and go from there. But I'm coming over here just to let them know, hey, that's my vehicle and all that good stuff, and maybe even check out a 2020. Okay, so quick update. It is January 15th. It's a little over 2 weeks from the original accident. My car's back there. And they're letting me take the rest of my parts off. So my ZRP arms, half of them are still good. So I'm gonna remove those and put stock ones. And then, the assault bulkhead kit, I'm gonna remove that. And my wheels and tires and my V-flow intake. So it's totaled out. They're gonna total it. They still haven't given me a number yet. So I wanna get as much stuff off it than I can. So I'm not taking more of a loss than I already am. So let's get at it. Okay, so I just got word. They are totaling it out. It's gone. So, I took off my parts, the parts I was gonna keep that were still good, and some that were not, that I'm gonna have to replace parts. So, but yeah, this is my last goodbye to her. Well, baby, you've been good to us. We'll definitely miss you. Time to move on. How do I say goodbye?
Where are you going? Congratulations, Daddy. You got yourself a brand new 0 miles Can-Am. Yes, you did it. Yep. Your face.
Yo, what's up, guys? So quick update. I've gotten a check from Geico. They totaled out my vehicle, and they paid off my loan. I had like $10,000 owed, so they paid that and then cut me a check the same day for the remaining valuation. And we'll go over that right now, but I'm gonna go into Bank of America real quick and see if they can cash this. Oh, hey. So apparently when Geico gives you a check that large, it takes a while for them to clear it and make sure everything's on the up and up. So here we are waiting for our money. So what are the lessons learned after going through this whole insurance process? Well, it pays to have insurance. I'm gonna be 100% transparent and honest through this whole video. We paid about $304 for a year policy, full coverage, and I paid it up front because it was such a good deal. I'm like, yeah, no problem, take my money. And obviously it pays to do that. The gentleman that hit us did not have any insurance, unfortunately. He was in a brand new vehicle. I think it caused like $30 in damage in his vehicle because he pulled a ball joint. As for us, it caused $26,000 worth of damage. But thankfully I had insurance. But I'm gonna go over step by step the whole process, just in case any of you have to go through this in the future. Hopefully not. But the chances are, especially going on those big weekends, something like this is gonna happen. I even saw a razor out there. Me and my whole crew saw a razor that was out there that was in the bottom of a sand dune, and they picked it completely clean. It was really sad. It's that baby blue one that you guys saw going around with the cage. It was like a 2019, four-seater. So this stuff happens. It's part of life. It's part of, the high risk adventures that we take going out there. And it really does pay to have insurance. But let's go over the steps and, see what it took to get through this. So this is going to vary insurance to insurance, but for my case, I had Geico. I have a $500 deductible, and you guys got to keep in mind, no matter what happens, you know, whatever you haven't repaired or replaced, if they're replacing the vehicle, you're still going to have to pay that $500. If it's being repaired, you're going to have to pay that $500 before you pick up the vehicle. It'll come out of your overall total, and they'll pay everything except that $500. So when you go to pick up your vehicle, you'll have to pay the $500 to the dealership or, you know, the repair facility who's taking care of your vehicle. But as far as estimates go, my vehicle had an estimated total damage of $25,416. And that is minus, if you minus my deductible, that's what I would have paid out of pocket to fix it. I would have paid the $500, and Geico would have paid the shop repairing it the $24,916. Now, I said that magic number 80% earlier because, you know, depending on how much this estimate is going to determine whether they salvage or, you know, total it or, you know, do a salvage title on it. And, you know, you have the option of buying it back. And they also gave me that number. It's about 50% of the vehicle's total value. So I would have paid, if I wanted to buy my vehicle back, I would have paid, you know, close to $15,000. You know, 13,000, something like that. So the estimate to repair my vehicle was 25,000. Now it has to be 80% of the vehicle's total value in order to total it out. My vehicle's value came back, and you got to be careful on this because they originally hit me with an estimate that my vehicle is worth $20,000, but they based that off of a base model XDS. They didn't base it off of an XRS because they use a third-party company. And they look at all the vehicles that are for sale out there. They look at all the dealerships and try to find a comparable item. Now, mine was a 2019. There's not many out there. I mean, there's XDSs all day, I guess, but there's no XRSs. So it was really hard for them to find a comparable model to give me a value. Now, if I didn't know any better, I probably would have took that 20 grand, you know. So you got to really be careful and do your own homework. And that's what I did. I looked around in my city and state and found other comparable models and sent that information to him saying, hey, you know, recheck your value. So, you know, it was about, I think it was like 19,000 for a base model. And so they revalued it and then came back with this almost 26,000. So 25,897. And then they added value of my aftermarket parts that were still on the vehicle that got damaged. There is a cap. Geico has a $2,000 cap for aftermarket parts. So we hit that limit, and I'll get to that in a minute because that's where my deductible came into play. So with everything said and done, total value was $29,744. Okay, so that was my vehicle's total overall value, even with the aftermarket parts and that stuff, right? So I owed about $10,000. I financed $10,000. I put $20,000 down, and I financed $10,000 just to improve my credit. And so I had positive equity in the vehicle. So they paid off my loan to the lien holder, which was about $10,000, and then cut me a check for the remainder. So I got a $19,000 check, and, you know, free and clear to me to put towards my next vehicle. So that's how that worked. It was a really smooth, easy process overall. The only thing was, you know, having the adjuster line up and go, you know, inspect the vehicle and then kind of battle with him over value. You know, I had to explain to him clearly, like, you know, no, this is what it's actually worth. So overall, I'm happy. I didn't lose. You know, the vehicle thankfully held its value very well. It was only about, you know, 5 or 6 months old from the time I bought it. And, you know, as you can see, I'm in my garage now, and, you know, I have bent ZRP rods. You know, those are damages were included in my aftermarket parts estimate. There's, you know, half of them are still good. We'll see what we're going to do with that. The pull plate got damaged. So again, we'll see what we're going to do with that. I need a wheel and tire, which I just found out it's like a 6 to 8 week lead time to get that. I have my rock knockers. I have my shocker, my charge tubes. I have a box full of Evo parts, all my stage 5 stuff, you know, V-flow, bumper, intrusion bar, windshield, all that good stuff. So this stuff will be going on the next vehicle. I don't know what we're going to do with the ZRP stuff. You know, I still got to figure that out. I don't know if they say they'll sell half. I don't know, but we'll figure it out and go from there. You know, as you can see in the video, it is pretty emotional. I know I smile a lot, but the day I bought that thing, I'm gonna be 100% truthful. I've never financed anything, so it was really hard to be able to finance this Can-Am. It's really hard to get loans here in California. I don't know any other state, but here it's been really difficult for us. And so that's why I put so much down. I put $20,000 of my own money down on that vehicle to be able to finance that. And I tried for about a year and a half, 2 years to get a Can-Am. I wanted one since day one, since 2017, since the day I saw it. And it took me up to July of 2019 to be able to figure it out and have enough money down and buy one. So it was a very emotional day for us. As you can see in the video, I was very excited. And, you know, to have it taken away like that, it is kind of sad, because I wish it was under my own terms. I wish I was sending it, or, you know, doing something more exciting than I was. But it is what it is. You know, you can't predict these things. You never know when they're going to happen. So get your insurance. That's my biggest message behind this. Get your insurance, you know, regardless. Just get it. It's cheap enough. I mean, you know, for a whole year, $304. You know, I've never been in an accident before in my whole life either. So it might depend, you know, how much you're going to pay based on your driving record. But I have a motorcycle license. I've had one since I was 16, you know, along with a driver's license, and I've no offenses, no record, no nothing. So, you know, do your research, shop around. Geico was the best deal for me, and they treated me very great. So, but on to the next. Obviously, we're probably going to go pick up our 2020 here in the next couple days, and that'll be for a whole nother video. So stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one. Keep it shiny side up, and take care, guys. Peace.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.